Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Jeanne Rimsky Theater. My name is Richard Mayer, and I'm honored to introduce myself as the Executive Director of Landmark on Main Street. Thank you all so much for joining us for this afternoon's show. Thank you. Before we begin, I'd like to thank our partners in performing arts. These are the individuals, organizations, and corporations that help us keep the performing arts accessible to our community all year long. Our partners in performing arts are the Peter and Jerry DeJohna Foundation, Harding Real Estate, Sarah and Kenneth Goldblatt, the New York State Council on the Arts, the Town of North Hempstead, and the Unitarian Universalist Congregation at Shelter Rock. Let's hear it for them all. I'd also like to give a special shout out to Hartsport, Washington for offering Landmark Radio Theater a generous community grant to help keep this program going. For those of you here in the theater with us tonight, thanks for coming out. Please keep your cell phones away throughout the show because they weren't around back in the golden age of radio. Let's do what we can to recreate and enjoy that. And without further ado, please enjoy Off the Rails by Landmark Radio Theater.
Presents Off the Rails. The year is 1942. America is at war with Germany, Italy, and Japan. And on the North Shore of Long Island, the town of Port Washington is doing its part. Dozens of local men have enlisted. Families are buying war bonds with every spare dollar. And down by the bay, the huge hangars of the seaplane base have been converted to war production. On a snowy winter night, two shadowy figures slip unnoticed through a corner of the factory until...
Run! Halt! Curse the snow! Ah! Anna, open up.
Franz, what are you doing here?
Let me in, quickly. There's no time to argue.
What happened at the factory? Where is Otto?
He's dead, confound him. We got in all right, but on the way out, the bungling fool knocked over a crate. The noise gave us away. A guard shot Otto as we ran to the fence. I barely made it out.
Did you get the blueprints?
Yeah, they were just where you said.
Then why did you come here to my apartment? You must get on a train and deliver them to Gruber in the city.
I cannot. Look out your window toward the station. See for yourself.
Police, a whole squad.
They're searching for men of my description. I cannot get past them. But a woman could. You must take the blueprints to Gruber.
No, Franz. The risk is too great. People here know I am a nurse at the factory. What if I am stopped? What excuse can I give?
Say you were called to attend an urgent case in the city. Hide the blueprints in your medical bags. They won't search it.
No, it's too dangerous. I'll be found out and they will shoot me.
You must go. There can be no delay. Tonight is Gruber's last chance to rendezvous with the U-boat.
I won't do it.
Anna, Berlin has not forgotten about your mother and sister in Wiesbaden. They would pay a price for your reluctance.
Is this how German national honor is to be restored? By the bullying of women?
Don't argue, Anna. Put on your overcoat and go. The train leaves in 10 minutes. Mach schnell!
Members Lounge. No, sir, this is the Gold Coast Country Club. Better check your number and dial again. Now, Mrs. Beaumont, what can I get you?
Champagne cocktail, George.
Make it 2.
Dirk, what are you doing? Someone will see us together.
By someone, you mean your husband? Where is the old bore?
In the trophy room, playing poker with his cronies and smoking those revolting cigars.
And stranding this beautiful, vivacious lady at the bar. Well, it's just criminal.
Shh, Dirk. People will talk.
What's even more criminal is dragging you along on that business trip he's got planned.
Don't remind me. Endless, dreary weeks of smiling, and so glad to see you, and isn't that nice? With pudgy plant managers and their junior league wives in Davenport, Dearborn, Des Moines, Dubuque, Duluth. If it's somewhere dull and gray and starts with a D, he's got business there.
Margot, I can't let you go. I couldn't stand to be apart from you for so long. I'd be ruined. I'd go mad.
What choice do I have?
Run away with me, now, tonight.
Oh, Dirk, if we only could.
Margot, darling, aren't you fed up with it all? The pretense, the frustration, sneaking around to steal a few secret moments of happiness when no one's looking.
Of course. But this is so sudden.
Margot, it's got to be tonight. Look, it's our moment, the chance we've talked about, dreamed about. We'll walk right out that door and across the road to the Plandome station. A train bound for New York will stop there in a few minutes. By the time your husband stubs out his stogie, we'll be long gone.
But where? Where would we go?
We'll go down to Miami. I mean, think of it, Margot. Relaxing in the warm sun, highballs on the veranda, a steamer over to Havana for a quick divorce.
I can't go to Florida just in this dress. I haven't packed a thing.
I keep a valise here at the club, and I've got a few things in there in case you can use on the train. Once we get to Miami, you can go shopping. Jordan Marsh, Burdines. You have accounts at all the best stores, haven't you?
Oh, it does sound enticing, but...
But nothing. To hell with Des Moines and Dubuque. The carefree happiness you crave is ripe for the taking. Grab it with both hands while you can. Seize the day.
All right, yes, I'll seize the day.
Oh, that's the spirit. Now, we'd better get going. I've reserved a sleeper compartment for us on the Silver Meteor. It leaves Penn Station at 11:30. We haven't a moment to lose.
Here are your champagne cocktails, Mrs. Beaumont.
You drink 'em, George, and charge 'em to Mr. Beaumont.
The 9:32 train from Port Washington to New York is now boarding. Watch your step, the platform may be slippery from the snow. 9:32 train to New York now boarding.
Round trip to Penn Station, quickly. No, that is the wrong change. I gave you $50.
Harry, I'm on my way up front to get her ready to go. You got the doors?
Don't I always?
I can think of a few times. Have we got a brakeman on this run?
No, just you and me.
Well, isn't that dandy? Don't forget the doors.
How much do I owe you, driver?
45 cents. Need a hand with your bag?
No thanks, I can manage. Conductor, is the train very crowded? I'm hoping to get a window seat.
You shouldn't have any trouble, ma'am.
All right, men, you know what to look for. Spread out around the station and keep your eyes open for the man we're after.
Say, conductor, what's all the commotion? What are the boys in blue doing here?
Didn't you hear? There was a break-in tonight down at the seaplane base.
No kidding. And they got away?
A guard shot one of them, and there's a dragnet out for the other. So if you meet any suspicious characters on the train, give me the high sign.
These days, mister, all a girl ever meets on a train are suspicious characters.
Huh. Holy cow. Well, look at the time. It's almost curfew. Hey, conductor, does this thing drop at 8 correct?
See what I mean?
Sure, we stop at Great Neck. You don't look too steady, bud. Maybe you'd better find a seat while the train's standing still.
Yeah. Maybe I better. I'll just, whoops.
Clumsy oaf. Watch where you are going.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. You dropped your bag. Here, let me...
Do not touch it. I will manage.
Gee, what's eating her? I said I was sorry.
You haven't been hitting the sauce by any chance, have you, Bud?
Oh, yes, ma'am, I've been... Say, you're a dish.
Thank you, I think.
Not like that, sourpuss. Here, let me snush the... brush the snow off of your...
Maybe you better not. Who knows what might happen. Time to get on the train now, don't you think?
Yes, ma'am. That's what I'll... Say, you're a dish.
So I've heard. Now go on, get aboard.
I'll just get aboard.
All aboard! This is the train to Penn Station, New York, making local stops. Plandome will be next. All tickets, please. Thank you. All tickets, please.
Mind moving your hat off the seat so I can sit down?
Sorry, what?
Hat. Seat?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Thanks.
Ticket, please, ma'am.
Here you are.
Some night, huh? With the snow?
Yeah, it's really coming down.
Sorry about the hat. My mind was wandering.
That's all right. Where did it go?
My hat?
Your wandering mind.
Oh, it's just something I do on the ride home at night. I look around at the other passengers and try to imagine who they are, why they're on the train, and where they're headed.
How so?
Well, take that fella slumped in the seat near the door. Not long out of high school from the look of him, in a Mackinaw that's 2 sizes too big. I figure him for a sailor, just home from a perilous voyage on stormy seas.
Out on the platform, I heard him say something about getting back to Great Neck before curfew.
There you go. He's a cadet at the Merchant Marine Academy. He's red in the face, from the snow maybe. But I'm thinking he was on Liberty today and he overdid it.
Oh, definitely. How about the woman across the aisle from him, sitting by the window?
Girl next door type, all prim and pretty. She's not headed for an evening out. She's not done up for that. She's got an overnight bag with her. So how about this? Her spinster aunt in Gramercy Park has had another one of her spells and really shouldn't be alone. So our heroine over here is rushing in to look after the old girl until she's quite herself again.
And can write her devoted niece into her will. Hey, this is fun. Now, who's the fellow with his nose in the newspaper?
He's facing away from us, but I can see over the shoulder he's reading the sports page. Thick neck, broad back, some gray above the ears. I'd say he's a washed-up prize fighter who can't stay away from the ring.
Where's he headed?
Well, when he needs dough, he gets work as a corner man for some young middleweight, and then he bets against him. Not enough to attract attention, but just enough to cover his rent and stock the liquor cabinet. Tonight, I bet our man's got a line on a kid in Brooklyn with a big left hook and a glass jaw.
Sounds like the kind of old Palooka Wallace Beery would play in a movie. Now try the woman in the far corner of the car, the one with the cat's eye glasses and the heavy gray overcoat.
Not so easy, that one. When you glance at her, she looks away like she doesn't want to be seen. A hard face, and not a happy one. She looks haunted. I think she'd rather be anywhere else than on this train.
Haunted faces, drunks, chiselers, ailing aunts. Do you ever imagine cheerful things?
I do about you.
Oh, do tell.
You've got a date to go dancing with someone tall, dark, and handsome. A place where the music's hot, the Savoy maybe, or Cafe Rouge. Followed by some cocktails at El Morocco and an intimate supper at Angelo's.
Wow. Now how about a phone number for this dreamboat you've dreamed up for me?
Ha! Sorry, it's unlisted.
You know, I really do have a date at a club tonight, but not the kind you mean. I'm auditioning to sing with Wes Walker's band at the Latin Quarter. He's going to try me out between sets.
Wes Walker, no kidding. I've heard his band on the radio. Good luck. I hope you get the job. My name's Eddie, by the way. Eddie Townsend.
Helen Clark. Nice to meet you, Eddie.
Next stop is Plandome. Plandome will be next. Train to New York. Watch your step boarding the train.
Whew. We made it just in time.
Dirk, look at my shoes. They're ruined. Running through the snow like that in alligator pumps. What was I thinking? My stockings are soaked and my toes are freezing.
But we made the train, Margot. That's the important thing. With the connection at Penn Station, you won't have to go outdoors again until we get all the way to Florida. Say there, my good man, put our valise up on the luggage rack, will you?
What, are you kidding? There's no porter service on this train, bud. Passengers see to their own bag, and you've got to get yours out of the aisle.
Well, really? There, satisfied?
Now let's see some tickets.
Oh, we didn't have time.
Here they are.
Thank you. Planned home tickets?
You already bought the tickets? You're awfully sure of yourself, Dirk Nunnally.
Huh?
Better stay awake, bud, or you'll miss your stop.
Are we there yet?
Not quite. One more station and then Great Neck.
Hey, Helen, you want to take a crack at those two who just boarded?
Sizing them up, you mean?
Yeah.
That Chesterfield coat of hers, with the fox trim, very chic. Face, hair, and nails, all Park Avenue class, but him, everything's just a little too. The lapels, the tie tack, the mustache. She looks like money, but he looks like trouble.
Are they married? I think I see a ring.
She's a missus, all right, but he ain't the mister. And this excursion wasn't her idea. She'd have packed a couple cases and a hat box at least. But all they've got with them now is that one scruffy valise.
A princess? Whisked away from her tower by a bold gypsy rogue?
Well, if that's a bold gypsy rogue, they sure ain't making them like they used to.
Manhasset Station will be the next stop. Manhasset next. Local train to New York. Watch your step, please.
Look, Eddie, that fellow you pegged for a palooka is getting off here.
Good. Now we'll get a look at his... Well, I sure flubbed that one. You see his collar?
It's the Reverend Palooka to you, bub.
Watch the closing doors.
Look, he forgot his newspaper. Hey! Too late. I hope he was through with it.
Next stop is Great Neck. Great Neck Station will be next.
Jeepers, what was that?
Conductor, why did the train lurch like that?
Snow and ice on the rails, ma'am. It can make the wheels slip before they get traction.
Well, why don't they sweep it off or something?
Now, Dirk, they could hardly do that in the middle of a storm.
For the fares they charge, they ought to do something for the comfort of passengers. There it goes again.
Conductor, do you think the train will be delayed?
It better not be. We have a connection to make.
Simmer down, Dirk.
We'll do our best to get you where you're going.
This part of the trip is usually my favorite. I like to look out at the view as the train crosses high up over the trestle, but I can't see a thing out there now.
That's no surprise between the snowstorm and the blackout regulations.
What's the use of all that blackout rigmarole anyway? The Germans are far away across the ocean. They can't see us here.
Weiter so denken.
Sorry, what did you say?
I said nothing.
Was that the snow again?
It felt like the train hit something.
The motor's straining. Can you hear it?
Oh my God, we've crashed!
Is this Great Neck?
You're listening to the Landmark Radio Theater presentation of Off the Rails. As our characters found out in Act 1 of our story, you never know when something might happen to upset all your plans. Here's a musical suggestion for what to do when misfortune strikes.
Say, who's got trouble?
We got trouble!
How much trouble?
Too much trouble!
Oh, now don't you frown, just knuckle down and knock on wood. Who's unhappy?
We're unhappy!
How unhappy?
Too unhappy!
Oh, that won't do when you are blue, just knock on wood. Who's unlucky?
We're unlucky!
How unlucky?
Too unlucky!
But your luck will change if you arrange to knock on wood. Who's got nothing?
We got nothing!
How much nothing?
Too much nothing!
Nothing's not an awful lot, but knock on wood. Rap a tap on the table, Just how happy? Very happy. That's the way we're gonna stay, so knock on wood. Now who's lucky? We're all lucky. Just how lucky? Very lucky. We'll smile up and then again let's knock on wood.
We'll return to Off the Rails in just a moment, but first we'll hear from our Hollywood reporter, Janet Jones.
We have a very special guest with us in the studio today, the lovely and talented screen star, Portia Lamont.
Hello, everyone. Delighted to be here.
Tell us about your latest picture, The Blue Begonia.
Well, Janet, it's set in Los Angeles in the roaring 20s. My character is a real temptress. She's got all the men in the picture eating right out of her hand.
That sounds like fun for you.
Oh, it is. But you know, with so many delicious love scenes and close-ups, my hair has got to sparkle and shine every day.
How do you do it, Portia?
The secret is my shampoo. Luster Cream shampoo. It's not a soap or a liquid. It's a cream that whips up like magic into luxurious lather.
Luster Cream is made with lanolin, so it never dries. It beautifies.
That's right, Janet. And it leaves my hair so manageable.
No wonder Hollywood stars say Luster Cream shampoo is their ticket to true hair loveliness.
And ladies, here's a word to the wise. If you go with a date to see The Blue Begonia, he'll be looking at a Luster Cream girl up on the screen. So you'd better make sure you're a Luster Cream girl, too.
Thank you, Miss Lamont.
And thank you, Janet. The Landmark Radio Theater now brings you Act 2 of Off the Rails. Something's gone terribly wrong on the 9:32 train to New York. The train has crunched and crashed to a halt in between stations in the thick of a worsening snowstorm.
Stay in your seats, please, everyone, for your own safety. I'll try to find out what happened to the train. I'm sure we'll be back on our way again soon.
Sure we will. What a way to run a railroad.
Dirk, really, what do you expect the man to say?
Margot, you don't understand. I've got to check in at Penn Station for the Silver Meteor by 11:15 or I'll lose the reservation. I really must be on that train.
You? Don't you mean we?
Oh, yes, of course. We.
The conductor didn't ask if everyone was all right, so I will. How about it, folks? Anybody injured?
I'm not feeling any pain.
My head hurts. I guess I must have bumped it against the window when the train lurched. I don't seem to be bleeding or anything.
One bumped head. There in the corner. Yes, you. Are you okay?
I am not injured.
Injured. I've heard it before, the way she said that.
How about you two by the door?
Thank you. We're...
None of your affair, Miss Busybody. Now sit down and leave your betters in peace.
Dirk!
Hey, pal, I was only asking.
I am not your pal.
Never mind him, Helen. Looks like trouble, remember?
He's acting the part, too.
Gee, I hope the conductor comes back soon.
He'd better.
Hey, what time's it? Anybody's got the time?
9:52 on my watch.
Oh, McCree, I gotta be back by 10. I better get out and grab a cab. Hail a taxi.
I don't think that's a good...
Here's the door. So long, folks. Holy moly! We're way up in the air.
What do you mean?
The train must have stopped on the trestle.
Oh no!
Here come the conductor and the motorman. Maybe they've got news for us.
Attention, please, folks. May we have your attention? How do I say this? It appears we've determined the Long Island Railroad regrets
Get on
that...
with it, Harry.
Well, how long will it be until we're rolling again? 5 minutes? 10 minutes?
Forget about that, bud. This train's derailed.
What?
The front wheels were knocked off the track and down onto the wooden ties. Another few feet and the train might have fallen right off the bridge.
We're in a spot, no mistake.
Oh, we've got to get out. I've got to get out.
Hold on, sister. Try to keep calm. So how do we get out of this mess?
Anywhere else on the line, we'd evacuate the train immediately. But here on the trestle, 80 feet up, there's no place for you passengers to stand or walk safely, even if it wasn't snowing.
And in this weather, forget about it.
You mean we're trapped?
As things stand now, yes.
Well, we still have power for the lights and heat. And if the railroad sends out a rescue train, it could pull up right behind us and we'll get you all out to safety that way.
Well then, tell them to hop to it.
That's not so easy. They don't put two-way radios in these commuter trains, and I ain't Dick Tracy with one on my wrist. So we've got no way to talk to the signal tower from here.
Somebody must have noticed by now that we're overdue at Great Neck.
Trains often run late in bad weather. It'll be a while before they start to suspect serious trouble and come looking.
We can't wait for that. The train's not stable. It could slip some more. Somebody's got to go out on foot, get off the trestle, find a telephone, call for help.
I'll go. I gotta make curfew anyhow. When I get to the academy, I'll tell them all about it.
You drunken oaf. You would fall to your death.
Hey!
She has a point, buddy. You still sound pretty tipsy.
Who's Buddy? My name's Biff, and I'm as jovial as such. Well, almost.
No, it's too risky for any passenger. A crewman should go.
So get going.
Not me. As the conductor, I'm responsible for this train, like the captain of a ship. It's my duty to stay.
Captain, hell. Ain't it just like you, Harry, to pull rank at a time like this and stick me with the dirty work? You're just yellow, that's what. Well, I'm not. Here I go. Try not to make things any worse while I'm gone, will you, Harry?
Be careful.
Please hurry.
Good luck, Mac.
Close the damn door.
Oh, it's so hard to just sit here helplessly and wait for who knows how long.
You said it, sister. All I can think about is all the trouble I'm gonna be in.
Not much fun left in people watching, is there, Eddie?
Not on this train.
I think you said you're on your way home from work?
Yeah, lots of overtime these days, what with the war and all. They kept us on at the plant until 7 to get a shipment out. And then I stopped for a quick bowl of chili on my way to the train.
Anybody waiting up who will worry that you're late?
For me? Nah, I live alone. 2 furnished rooms over a candy store in Woodside.
Sounds cozy.
I guess it could be, with a little fixing up.
You know, maybe that newspaper the Reverend left behind can help pass the time. I think it's the World Telegram. Want to look?
Sure. Can I have the sports? I like that Joe Williams column.
Here you go. I'll take the society pages, see what mischief the swells are getting into. Let's see. Whitney's and Vanderbilt's at a charity ball. Trinity Church holds a blood drive. All blue, of course. Police break up gambling soiree at Park Avenue Mansion. Hold on. Eddie, take a look at this photo. Who do you see?
Well, that's Lucky Duquesne and Snake Eyes Johnson. Those guys are notorious. Papers are always writing about them.
Yeah, but who's that right behind them? There.
Well, what do you know? That's Mr. Looks Like Trouble.
And he's right there in the frame with a couple of big-time gambling racketeers.
I wonder if his lady friend knows the kind of company he keeps.
Oh, what could be taking so long?
The motorman's only been gone about 20 minutes.
Is that all? It seems like hours, and that awful whistling noise is driving me crazy.
What are you talking about?
You don't hear that shrill whistle? I'm not imagining it.
Try covering your ears with your hands. Is it still there?
Yes, and just as loud.
It's your ears ringing. Maybe that bump on the head.
Spare me this insufferable prattling. The situation is bad enough as it is.
Dirk, you're the one being insufferable. What's gotten into you?
We caught this train to break free, Margot, but here we are, caged up with these people who, while precious time ticks away.
Well, there's no use getting worked up. If we're too late for the Silver Meteor, we'll just...
No, I've got to make that train tonight.
You said I again. Is there something you're not telling me?
A slip of the tongue. We've set out on this journey, and nothing must stand in our way. Not even this damned incompetent railroad.
Oh, my head. Please don't shout like that, mister.
Yeah, Bub, how about taking your own advice and piping down?
Don't you tell me what to do.
Dirk, stop. You're worrying me.
Or you either.
Dirk!
Oh.
Enough of your infernal whining.
You're way out of line, Bub, talking to her like that.
Who do you think you are?
I think you better jollop. Apologize.
Or what? Or what?
Or this.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
Hey!
Oh!
You two, cut it out!
Ow! Oh!
You'll jolt us off!
Oh!
The lights have gone out.
Now you've done it.
We'll return with Act 3 of Off the Rails after this word from...
Hold on a minute there, Mr. Announcer.
What's the trouble?
The way things are going, Helen's not going to make it to the club in time to audition, is she?
Well, it doesn't look that way.
So you've got a character in this story who's an aspiring singer, and the audience never gets to hear her sing? That doesn't seem fair.
Well, consider the situation. The train's derailed, teetering 80 feet up on the trestle, in a blizzard, in the pitch dark. It's hardly a moment to burst into song. And besides, there's no piano on the train.
But we've got one here in the studio, and we are between acts. Come on, how about it? Give a girl a break.
Well, I suppose.
Okay, folks, imagine we're now backstage at the Latin Quarter, Broadway and 47th. The band finishes a set, and Wes Walker, the band leader, has just come off the stage. How do you do, Mr. Walker? I'm Helen Clark. Thanks for the opportunity to audition. Here's the number I've prepared. Key of G, please, and swing it. I fell in love with you the first time I looked into them, their eyes. You've got a certain little cute way of flirting with them, their eyes. They make me feel so happy. They make me feel so blue. Falling or stalling, falling in a great big way for you. My heart is jumping, you sure started something with them, their eyes. You better watch out, little brown eyes, if you're wise. They sparkle, they bubble, they'll get you in a whole lot of trouble. You're overworking them, there's danger lurking in them, their eyes. I fell in love with you the first time I looked into them, their eyes. You've got a certain little cute way of flirting with them, their eyes. They make me feel so happy. They make me feel so blue. Falling or stalling, falling in a great big way for you. My heart is jumping, you sure started something with them, their eyes. You better watch out, little brown eyes, if you're wise. They sparkle, they bubble, they'll get you in a whole lot of trouble. You're overworking them, there's danger lurking in them, their eyes.
What do you think, folks? Did you get the job? Folks, when them their eyes are tired and sore, give them a quick relief with Dr. Gillespie's soothing eye drops. It's the brand more druggists recommend. Just 2 drops, and quick as a wink, your eyes will feel wide awake again, cleansed and refreshed. Dr. Gillespie's soothing eye drops. Ask for them by name. And now, the Landmark Radio Theater presents the thrilling conclusion of Off the Rails. Stranded in mortal danger, the passengers on the derailed train face a new crisis. While they were waiting anxiously for help to arrive, tempers flared. Dirk and Biff got into a fistfight and knocked out the lights.
What happened? I can't see a thing.
Get off me, you!
All right, all right.
When you two clowns went at it, you must have jolted the train car hard enough to break the connection with the third rail. Now we've got no power.
Well, it's all your fault, you drunken lout.
You were asking for it. I'd slug you again if I could see you.
Stop it, both of you. You've made enough trouble.
The heater stopped working.
No power for that either.
This is terrible. We'll freeze. Conductor, what do we do now?
I don't know. There's nothing in the railroad manual about this. No heat, no lights, no way to get off the train, no way to summon help. I just don't know.
How about this? Do you have a flashlight on the train somewhere?
Well, yeah, I guess I do. I've got a pen light for checking tickets.
That's a start. Now you can get the two brawlers back into their seats.
Come on, you two.
All right.
I'm going.
Now, what about the power? Is there anything to be done about that?
Well, I might be able to help. I'm an electrician. I work on DC equipment all day at the plant.
No kidding.
You can't go fooling with third rail power, mister. It's 750 volts.
I can have a look at least. Let me borrow that pen light.
Here, don't say I didn't warn you.
Now, where's the power pickup located on this car?
Down below the door, there, on the right.
Okay, push the door open for me. Okay. Yeah. Have you got any tools on the train? A wrench, a crowbar, a pipe, anything loose made of iron or maybe steel?
There's a steel safety chain hooked outside the back door of the car. I'll get it.
Eddie, what are you thinking?
If I can bridge the gap between the pickup shoe and the rail, it might get the power back on.
Here's the chain.
I can't be touching it when it contacts the rail, or I'll get a hell of a shock. So I'll have to drop the chain from above and hope it drapes itself over both ends.
Eddie, be careful.
Open the door again. Okay, here goes.
Hey, the lights came back on.
That's a relief.
Eddie, you did it.
Well, now we can see again, as long as that chain stays put. And the heat should be back on too.
Very ingenious, young man.
Conductor, what are you going to do about that brute who assaulted me? He should be tied up or something. The man is a thug.
Well, you ought to know all about thugs, Mac, with the company you keep.
What do you mean?
Yes, young man. What do you mean?
Didn't you know, lady? Laughin' Boy here pals around with racketeers.
What?
Don't take my word for it. Here he is in the paper with none other than Lucky Duquesne and Snake Eyes Johnson. Look for yourself.
Where did you get that?
Dirk, it is you. What's the meaning of this? Are these men your friends?
Not my friends, my creditors.
Dirk!
You think it's been easy for me trying to keep up with your social circle and play the bon vivant on the pittance I inherited? I've got markers out all over town. I was getting desperate. I've always been lucky at roulette, and, well, I thought one good night at the table could square my accounts. But when I went to Duquesne's place last night, I wound up in a deeper hole than ever.
How much?
10,000 to Johnson and 22,000 to the house.
My God.
And these are not patient men.
So, that's your hurry. That's why it had to be tonight. You're not running away with me. You're running away from them.
Margot, no.
And how were you planning to finance your life on the run in Miami, Dirk? Or is that why you wanted me along?
But Margot, darling, I adore you. I mean, you know how much I need your love.
How much you need my checkbook, you mean? It all makes sense now. This whole time you've been setting me up to use for your getaway. In case of emergency, break heart.
Margot, please.
Forget it, Dirk. I can see now what you are and what a fool I've been. Go ahead and hightail it down to Florida if you want to, but you'll do it without me. I'd rather go back home and be bored to tears than stay mixed up with a louse like you.
But...
Get away from me. Go over there and leave me alone.
You tell him, lady.
Oh, why you?
Cool it, Mac. You don't want to jar the train again.
Do what the lady says, mister.
All right, I'm going.
Hey, where's that gal he was so mean to? The one who bumped her head? I don't see her.
Look, she slumped down on the floor.
Maybe she fainted when the lights went out.
She's unconscious. Hey, hello? Honey, wake up!
Can I help?
Her breathing's kind of shallow.
Her hands are cold.
Let's get her up on the seat.
No, you must not lift her. Leave the patient where she is.
Patient. Now I know where I've heard that voice. You're Anna, the nurse at the seaplane base. You patched up Bill Doyle's arm last month when he gashed it with a drill bit.
You're a nurse? Then please come and help us.
I cannot get involved. She is the conductor's responsibility, not mine.
I know a little first aid, but I'm no medic.
Look, Anna, until the rescue train gets here, all we've got is one another. If it were you in distress and there was another nurse here, wouldn't you expect her to help?
You must want to, or you wouldn't have spoken up to warn us not to lift her. Won't you do what you can?
All right, all right. Make some room. Concussion for certain. Maybe other injuries. Pulse is slow.
What should we do?
Keep her still, keep her warm. I will try to bring her around.
How?
I have smelling salts. You, sailor, hand me my medical bag.
Here you go. I'll open it for you.
Fool! Look what you have done. Everything has spilled out.
Sorry,
Hey, what are those papers? They look like...
Give them to me.
They are! They're aircraft blueprints! Marked secret! What were they doing in your medical bag? They're never supposed to leave the plant.
That break-in at the seaplane base. She must be mixed up with that.
So that's it. You're not just a nurse, you're a spy!
Now you have seen. Get back, all of you, if you want this woman to live.
She's got a knife.
Ah, scalpel, Dummkopf. The scalpel that you so skillfully spilled out of my bag. And make no mistake, I know what to do with it. Now, drop the papers and step back, all of you.
You'd better do as she says.
You till, you ill-bred pig.
I'm going.
Now, stay there while I gather up these things.
What now, Anna? We're all still stuck here. You can't get off the train any more than we can. Not until the rescue train gets here.
I have a hostage and a weapon. You will behave yourselves.
But your hostage is in a bad way. Won't you let us...
Stay back, I said.
What if she dies? Do you want that on your conscience?
I told you she is not my responsibility.
Just like a Nazi to say a thing like that.
Nazi? I do this for my people, my homeland, for Germany, not for some stupid party.
Same thing.
You know nothing. I do not do this because I want to. I do it because I must. And no one must stand in the way.
Anna, now think this through. What'll happen when the rescue train gets here? You're going to need your hostage to be on her feet, won't you? To take with you when the time comes? Well, you can't do that if she's still unconscious.
No. Yes, she should be revived. The smelling salts. Here they are. Now.
You smell them!
No!
She dropped the knife! Grab it!
Got it!
And I've got her.
No, let me go!
Stop squirming, sourpuss. You ain't getting loose.
Oh,
It's over now, Anna.
now I will be shot as a spy, and the Nazis will shoot my family for my failure. This is my reward for trying to help this woman to help my family, my homeland.
Save it for your trial, sister.
We'll have to restrain her somehow.
Conductor, maybe you could tie her wrists with your belt.
Good idea. That ought to hold her.
Now, please tell me, what's been going on? How did I wind up on the floor?
You must have fainted when the lights were out.
I guess so. I was starting to come around when I heard somebody talking about secret papers and spies and a knife, and, well, I thought I'd better play possum until I knew what was what. And did I get an earful? Then when she made with the smelling salts, I figured here's my chance to turn the tables.
Well done. You certainly had her fooled.
You had us all fooled. Now, are you all right? How's your head?
Still pretty sore. Oh, and my stomach's not so hot now either.
Hear that? The rescue train's approaching.
Oh, thank heaven.
All right, folks, I'm back. We've got another train pulled up behind this one. In a minute, we could start getting you out of here.
Took you long enough.
Shut up, Dirk.
Where's the conductor? Ah, there you are, Harry.
I don't think I was ever as glad to see you as I am right now.
Well, I could say the same, but I'd be lying.
How close did you pull up?
A couple of feet away. We didn't want to risk bumping you.
Good thing. The car slipped some more while you were gone, and we had to jury-rig the lights back on.
We?
The gap's too big for the passengers to just step over to the other train. We'll have to hand them across, one by one. Two guys from the other yard are out there, ready to help.
Okay, we'd better start with this lady. She got a bump on the head and was out for a while. Can you stand up, ma'am?
I'll try.
I'll give you a hand.
I don't know, buddy. Are you any steadier than she is?
Don't worry about me. All that rough stuff sobered me up quicker than Roadhouse coffee. Hand me your bag and take my arm, ma'am.
All right. Oh,
Catch her.
It's okay. I've got you.
thank you. You're very kind. You said your name was Biff? I'm Millie.
Glad to know you, Millie.
Can we hurry this up? I've got to be at Penn Station within the hour.
You're not going to Penn Station, pal. The only direction the rescue train can go is back the way we came.
What? No!
I guess I'm out of luck, too, with my curfew at the academy.
The railroad will give you all letters saying that you were delayed through no fault of your own.
I hope the commandant believes in railroad letters. Now, come on, Millie. Let's get you safe. I'll pick you up and carry you across.
Oopsie daisy. Hold on tight now.
Say, you're a dish.
If you were a gentleman, Dirk, you'd offer to do the same for me. After all, you did make me ruin my shoes in the snow.
You don't seriously expect me to carry you to the other train?
No, Dirk, I don't.
Margot.
Dirk, don't even try.
Well, let's keep it moving, folks. Harry, what's with this lady? Why are her hands tied?
We're turning her over to the police. She was caught carrying stolen secret papers. She's pulled a knife. Excuse me, a scalpel. But we got it away from her.
Good grief, Harry. I told you not to get into any more trouble while I was gone.
I am a dead woman. There will be no trouble.
We'll take her off last so we can keep an eye on her. In the meantime, let's get this nice couple across.
Are we a couple?
I don't know. Are we? I mean, could we?
What do you think?
Well, I think you've missed your audition. I think I want something more than just that bowl of chili.
I think I like how you're thinking.
Well, what do you think about Orlando's? Across from the station? They're open late, and they got a great jukebox.
I think Orlando's would be just fine.
And I think you two will never get to Orlando's until you get off this train. Now quit thinking and let's go.
We hope you've enjoyed listening to the Landmark Radio Theater's premiere presentation of Off the Rails, a co-production of Landmark on Main Street and Expressive Elocution. Our company today featured Dan Babeo, Spencer Cohen, Judy Doyle, Doreen Firestone, Brian Lamaski, Sarah Lyons, Annabelle May, Joel Ronis, Margaret Werner, Jack West, and our music director, Lee Tumbulian. And now the co-producer and co-founder of the Landmark Radio Theater, Elise May.
And our co-founder and tonight's director, announcer, and playwright, Pat Lyons. Thank you all so much. We just wanted to take a moment first for thanking you for coming and enjoying this with us. Being in person again is very, very special. We wanted to thank the Landmark on Main Street for all their support through the years. And we needed to thank Hearts, helping enrich the arts of Port Washington, who were very gracious and bestowed upon us a grant called the Gina Farasciano Community Theater Grant, which was also recognized by Anna Kaplan, who sent a citation in honor of this award as well. So we are extremely grateful. Gina was light and love and laughter, and we miss her very much. And this is for her. I'll be seeing you in all the old familiar places that this heart of mine embraces all day through. In the small cafe, the park across the way, dinner at Sullivan's, the landmark shows, and drinks at Finn's. I'll be seeing you in every lovely summer's day, in everything that's bright and gay. I'll always think of you that way. I'll find you in the morning sun, and when the night is new, I'll be looking at the moon, but I'll be seeing you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today for Off the Rails.